Hey, how about making a cool Sharpie and alcohol painting on canvas? The alcohol brings the permanent marker up and swirls it almost like stained glass. It's just magic. So let's collect up our materials. The supply list is short. You need a canvas, you need permanent markers, 91% alcohol, and an eyedropper. I did not know there was any difference in alcohols, but the first time I tried this project, it would not lift the permanent marker up off the canvas and make it swirl. Talk about a disappointment. So I took one for the team and I saved you the trouble of a craft failure. Check the front of the bottle. 91% alcohol is key. We used 8 by 10 inch canvases because that's what I always keep on hand. If you're working with younger kids, you might want to try a 5 by 7 inch canvas because it's not quite so much surface area to fill up with the markers for them. But I really like this 8 by 10 inch size. So permanent markers can be purchased in sets or individually. And of course, they need to be kept away from little people in your house if there isn't close supervision. But they really work great for projects like this. It's wise to put down paper or an old tablecloth on your work surface. When I add the alcohol, I'm going to put this canvas on a sheet cake pan just to catch any extra drips. First off let's think about what design you would like to create here. Remember that your design is going to swirl when you add the alcohol to it. So remember to make it a simple design. You might not get too detailed. The first canvas I tried had a tie-dye look. It had circular colors on it that radiated out from the center. And the second was a sunset. You can still kind of tell this is a sunset here after it's kind of swirled. I thought that one turned out pretty. These are great ideas if you need an idea. I find that's rarely an issue with the people that I create with because they seem to have big imaginations. So let your imagination go. That's one of the beautiful things about crafts, I think. They do fuel the imagination. Don't you love that? All right. You can start drawing your design on the canvas with your permanent markers. If you want, you could do a pencil drawing first, but since this isn't a detailed drawing, I think we'll just go ahead and put it directly onto the canvas. You can leave your canvas in the landscape direction or put it the portrait direction, which is this way. I'm going to put mine this direction this time. I'm going to try drawing some flowers. The canvas does not have to be perfectly covered. In fact, some white spaces really work well, or it will kind of swirl out into those areas and a little bit of white looks kind of nice. Also, you can put markers one on top of the other if you'd like, which kind of gives a 3 or 2 tone look, and that's kind of a cool feature with your permanent markers. You can tell that I did a very simple drawing. And when your canvas is pretty well covered, it's time for the magic, the dripping on of the alcohol. I'm going to put my canvas into a pan to catch any of the extra alcohol. And I'm going to put a little bit of my 91% alcohol into this glass container so I don't spill. I'm going to use an eyedropper to drip the alcohol on the canvas. This really worked well for me last time. Another snafu I made earlier on a previous Sharpie and alcohol painting on canvas was that I put the alcohol on the canvas with a spoon. Well, it pooled up and it just kind of made a mush of the design. So that's the second time I took one for the team. You're welcome. Anyways, dropping the alcohol with the eyedropper and just watching what happens with a bit more patience works so much better. So don't get in a hurry. Just watch the magic and drip on a bit more alcohol in various areas to let the swirl magic happen. So I'm going to fill up my dropper and just start dropping some drops on the canvas. Let's watch what happens. So stop before the alcohol really starts puddling up. So less is more on this. The alcohol dries pretty quickly, so you can always drip a little more on later if you want to. So I always love how these pictures turn out. Like I said, it's magic. You never quite know what direction the colors are going to go. So you can either leave it like this and just have these magical shapes, or you could use a magic marker that's darker and do a little bit of outline for fun. And that's what I'm going to try on this one. That gives it kind of a stained glass look. So it's just a different technique that you can add on top just for fun, but it's your choice if you'd like to do that or not. I'm excited to see pictures of your creations. Wasn't making a cool Sharpie and alcohol painting fun? For more crafts and ideas, come on over to welcometonanas.com and join the fun.